Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. I have an idea. Why not make a novelization for Friday the 13th, 7 years after the first film's release? Brilliant. Friday the 13th. Oh yeah. This is the 1987 novelization written by Simon Hawke, based off the 1980 film written by Victor Miller. This was written during a year-long dead period for the series. I guess they had to fill the void somehow. I mean, they made one for part 6, and I feel like they just filled the gap because people were going to be confused if they didn't see the films, so they're like, Friday 13th part 6. What about 1 to 5? I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, because they were really big at the time, and they still are. They also made a novelization in 1982 for the third film, so who knows. Also, this review will contain spoilers. The plot. Mischief and horror has spread across the years of Camp Crystal Lake. A boy drowning, a bunch of fires, poisoned water, and finally, a couple of murders. All has been quiet for nearly 20 years now. However, the camp is now reopening, and that does not bode well for the culprit of crime. This novelization does two things very right when it comes to trying to adapt a movie. It expands upon the characters and development, as well as relishing in the more exploitative aspects of the film. The atmosphere of the film is felt here to an extent. The rainy nights create a foreboding tone, while the woodland areas are kind of sidelined. The movie's greenery really helped aid in the summertime vibe. Also, there are a lot of loon calls and nature sounds that really helped enhance the whole experience. I don't remember reading that in the book. I feel like if Hawke had incorporated those elements, it would have really helped amplify the tone. For the characters, we have Alice. She is the unlikely final girl. She has a backstory much like the rest of the characters, but I feel like hers doesn't really tie to the rest of the group like the others do. She has problems at the camp as well as back home in California. She and the head counselor only hinted at a relationship in the first movie. It's explored more here. Steve Christie is obsessed with getting the camp up and running. There has been a bad name put on him, his family, and the camp, as if it were cursed. He is determined to not let the town's speculative gossip ruin him. He doesn't share any feelings for her, and doesn't open up about the past about the camp to any of them. The only ones who really know about it are Annie and Bill. Bill is a laid-back, easygoing kind of guy. More fitting for Alice, I feel. There is not too much to his character, though. Brenda in the movie seems like a strong-minded, smart individual. But in the book, she can't help herself. She wants to be with Ned, who I will get into in a bit. Needless to say, she admires his goofy nature.
Are you crazy?
For a while reading this book, I could see Brenda as the final girl, which I know isn't what happens, but it's really effective writing if it makes me think of something that I already knew wasn't true. Jack and Marcy are a young couple who hadn't made love yet. In the movie, they're all over each other, but in the book, it's revealed that their interactions stop at kissing. But eventually, they succumb to their own desires. Still, Jack has a good heart, and respects Marcy and women in general. In the heat of urgency, they make love, and after they're done, he begins to worry. Was she on the pill? They had made love because they were off to separate colleges. They wanted to have something to remember each other by. He lies in bed after, worrying about it and what they will do if she's pregnant. Would Marcy even go to college if she had to take care of the kid? Well, Jack decides they'll keep the baby and they'll make it work. Must be that devil's lettuce. Marcy doesn't have a whole lot of backstory. Her background is mostly intertwined with Jack's. Ned is also a good guy, just a relentless goofball. The way he is introduced to Brenda is by shooting the arrow past her. She didn't know him at the time. He could have been anyone. Still, he does like Brenda and vice versa. I kinda wish the story focused on their relationship more than the others. Annie's 2 scenes in the book are conjoined into one, whereas in the movie it's separated between 2 different sections. She gets a ride from a truck driver at the diner, gets dropped off, picked up by a stranger, killed by that stranger, all within one chapter. I feel like adding the cut really made you feel like there was going to be more to do with her character, and it helped the story along. The movie definitely handled it better. Finally, there is Mrs. Voorhees. Here she is called Pamela because this book came out after Part 4. Her insidious intentions are felt throughout. I made a video a long time ago wondering what she was thinking when Jack and Mercy were on top of the bed, making love and she was underneath. All those thoughts going through her head. Here, the killer's seething thoughts are mentioned briefly. The climax is basically the same as the movie. It wraps up all within a chapter or 2. It's quick, but it's verbatim. Still fun. You know what else is fun about this book? The gore. Most of the kills are on page here. The off-screen ones like Claudette, Ned, Brenda, and Steve are revealed here. Claudette was stabbed with a knife in the chest, I believe. In the movie, and behind the scenes still, she has a machete hacked into her neck. But I guess Hawk wasn't privy to that information at the time. Ned's throat is slashed from ear to ear on page. Brenda is shot with arrows. The second one kills her.
It's not funny anymore! Not funny at all. Ta-da!
Steve is stabbed in the stomach repeatedly. Bill's initial demise is still left off page. The on-screen kills in the movie are even more brutal in the book. The knife in Barry's stomach is somewhat tame. Barry is the very first victim of the movie and a book. Annie's throat slash is still bloody and gnarly. The arrow that pierces Jack's neck is still savage as hell. And the axe that hit Marcy's face, it was embedded into her skull. The deaths in this book kind of hurt, at least for me. I grew to really like these characters while watching the movie. I loved them even more when reading the book. While the movies I feel more enjoyable and definitely has a better atmosphere, the book still packs a punch. Backstories are welcomed. Ned and Jack's friendship is explored. Annie's father's history is also talked about. Not that it has anything to do with the book, it's just nice to have backstory. Because Alice's father literally worked himself to death. It makes it more engaging, fun reading. The whole camp curse is really fleshed out, and I like that. The whole town seems to be a character in of itself, and even Crazy Ralph has a wife. It also answers the burning question everyone thinks about when watching the movie. Did Ennis, or Anus, however you say his name, really intend to grab Annie's rear? Yeah, he did. Overall, I give Friday the 13th, the 1987 novelization by Simon Hawke, a 2.5 out of 5. That's going to do for this one, guys. You've been watching Sharkcast Entertainment. I have been your host, Brian Gatto. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page, support me on Patreon. Any money will help to keep this channel going on strong, and I greatly appreciate it. Also hit the notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe.